All right, that's such a beautiful piece. I love bonsai, and I know that a lot of people in our audience do as well. And if you want to meet members of the Austin Bonsai Society at their 46th annual show and sale, it's happening on May 20th and 21st at Zilker Botanical Gardens. Now look, along with gorgeous displays, vendors, and raffles, they'll have bonsai demonstrations both days. It'll be a great thing to participate in. AustinBonsaiSociety.com for more information. And right now we're going to bonsai a few cacti. We're joined by Daryl Dunton from Living Desert Ranch. It's great to have you back on the program. It's been a while.
Great to be here, Tom.
Now, the name of the business has changed. You used to be out in Bee Cave and it was Living Desert.
Right, now we added ranch.
We
have more property and we've expanded to a bigger situation, which is great because now I can have a lot more plants than I really did have at the other place. Our greenhouses are a lot larger.
And you're in Spicewood, right?
Spicewood, right.
All right, well, it's a beautiful place, and you've always got beautiful plants.
Oh, thank you.
It used to be, when I go out there, I feel like I was visiting a botanical garden.
Well, actually, that's what we're trying to turn it into, is a botanical garden.
Right.
And kind of a well-being center, because we also serve a brunch out there now.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And you have art as well as
we also have an art gallery. My son and I both paint, Jared Dunton.
Great.
And so we have an art gallery plus our brunch, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I want to dive in and start talking about cacti because these are red hot plants in the garden world right now, and there's a good reason for that.
Well, number one, you take all these people that move into our area, our lack of water, plus our drought that we just got through not too long ago. These are the good plants as far as taking care of, and you can go off for a long time and come back and they still look just like they did before you left.
Yeah, I have a small cactus garden. I think I water it maybe 4 or 6 times a year. Does that feel about right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, just like these plants here in our greenhouses, everybody says, you water these all the same? I said, no, we start off with the little ones first, and then we move up to the large one. This winter, the bigger pots, they weren't watered but once all winter.
Yeah, right. They can store the water up. People aren't
like
aware.
A watermelon.
Yeah, and you could see them kind of fluctuate,
Exactly.
It's kind of fun. Now, you've brought some really gorgeous varieties with you. I want to start off by pointing out one that you have grafted. You have one variety cactus as a base, and you've grafted others onto the top. And this is something that can be a lot of fun to do.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. In fact, I do it all the time, depending on the weather, though. You have to watch the weather. But we graft for multiple reasons, not only artistic, but we do it also because we can propagate a plant like that in 50 times faster than what you'd grow from seed.
Oh, really? Well, that's interesting to know. This particular one has a gorgeous, gorgeous bloom on it. And what are the 2 plants that we have here?
Well, the top one here is from South America. It's a Sulcarabutia rauschii, and the bottom is a
easy for you to say, by the way.
It's like anything, Tom. It's easy for you to do this, where it's a little more awkward for me. The bottom is a Pachyceres prenosus, which is a Mexican plant. Now, we have also discovered over the years of grafting that it's just like anything. Some things like other things better than others, and they won't graft. So you got to kind of study it out and find out which ones are more compatible.
Yeah, well, it's again, the results can be stunning, as is in this case. The flowers really are showing on it. It's looking awesome. And this is just a fun twist for the hobbyists. They can, if they want to deep dive into cacti, this is another thing that really kind of lure them in, so to speak.
All they have to do is come out and we can talk about it, and I can show them how.
Okay, very good.
And actually, on one plant, we even graft maybe 5 plants on another plant.
Okay.
So then you get all kinds of flowers.
Now, you also brought a Texas native. And I understand this one is called a viola cactus, named for somebody down in South Texas.
A lady down in the valley, Miss Viola Sunderland. She discovered the plant down there, and they named it after her. And it's really a unique little Texas plant.
Yeah, and there are a lot of the Texas natives that that are really easy to grow. Think of like claret cup.
Exactly.
That's an easy one, and then horse cripplers. One of my favorite common names.
Right. We grow both those from seed out there.
Yeah. So terrific plants that are easy to work with, and Texas natives. Now, we had a segment on bonsai, and you brought a plant that you are bonsaiing right now.
Right. We grow this. I had an original plant many years ago that actually a guy down in San Antonio brought it up to us from Africa, and but these are all grown from a single leaf.
Wow.
Because I don't have any seed on those, so we have to figure out what vegetative will reproduce the same plant.
Well, you've done a great job on this one, and you're beginning. I can see the bonsai-like trunk beginning to
Right.
form here, and like any bonsai, this would take some time. This has great flowers on it as well.
Oh yeah, pretty unique little flower.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of the Kalanchoe or Kalanchoe family as well. It's kind of a very attractive plant.
Absolutely.
So I want to learn more about your place and what you're trying to accomplish out there. You said the goal is kind of like a botanical garden.
Yeah, right, a botanical garden. We're like I say, we have a brunch going on out there. Plus, we have an art gallery. Plus, the cactus nursery itself. And now, even in the greenhouse, we're starting to plant plants in the ground, not just in pots, because I have some there that are already probably 18 feet tall.
Wow.
You know, with trunks that big around. And so it's kind of unusual when you go into a nursery and you see all these little potted plants, but you never get to see
What it looks
in
like.
fact, I've got people that wander around in there now, and all of a sudden I go, well, it's just like that euphorbia right there. And they go, holy cow, I didn't even know that was up there. I said, well, it's about 18 feet tall.
Well,
And we're getting ready to have to top it again.
Oh.
But it'll multi-branch, though.
that's an interesting topic. I mean, if they do get too big, you can actually just top them. Do you
Right.
do it at a juncture or?
It's better when you have it, point where a branch comes in.
Of course.
You can always cut it in the middle, but then that depends on the variety of succulent that it is, whether it has a real pithy center or whatever. So,
Right. Well, another thing that you feature at the ranch is art.
Right.
And you have all sorts of different kinds of art. And
Oh, yeah,
one of the things, this is kind of fun. What do you call
Tree
these?
blings.
Tree bling.
Right. But you don't have to just hang them in a tree. You can hang them on a porch or any
Right.
place where you sit and see the sun come up or go down. And you get a lot of light refractions with colors.
Actually, a friend of mine gave me a big chunk of glass that she purchased from your place years ago, and beautiful kind of blue color.
Oh, there's some beautiful colors of glass.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to find a way to hang that piece from a tree
Bring
somewhere.
it out and we'll drill it and fix it for
Okay.
you.
But you are an artist as well, and
I try to be as much as I can.
and we have a sample of some of your work as well. So it's a complete experience when people come out.
Right. We try to cover all the avenues.
All right.
I mean, that way, when people come out, we want to give them more than just a cactus. Well, if you want a brunch or, light brunch, you can go over there and eat or go over there and enjoy the art gallery.
Right.
Just have fun,
Well-
it's having fun's what it's about.
Well, and for that person who's looking for some fun and wants to get started with cactus, real quickly, let's give them the highlights of what they really should be thinking about in terms of care for those plants.
All right, care on the plants. First of all, you're going to have to look at your plant and kind of figure out your structure. This is built more like a watermelon, so it's full of water. So it doesn't dehydrate as much as a plant like this that has a lot of leaves and stuff that doesn't
Smart,
have the,
right.
the water storage. So these are, and I didn't bring my little water meter. We go to HEB and buy the bamboo skewers by the package of 100 for a buck or two. And you just stick them in the soil all the way around the plant, and if you pull it up and it's dark or damp on the bottom, no water. If it's bone dry all the way to the bottom, then
Right. And protecting. Sometimes you need to protect these plants from the Texas sun. And a lot of people wouldn't think that.
and the winters too.
Oh yeah.
Because both of these will take a mild freeze. Where this euphorbia from Africa originally, no frost, no freeze.
Right.
They'll die.
Sure. They'll turn to mush.
Mush.
Right. But, just learn a little bit about the plants. The cold hardiness is really essential to know.
Exactly. And some of these plants, though, they will take a really hard, cold climate as far as freeze, but they've got to be bone dry. That's
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
the
wet and
and
cold. Don't.
It's just a reverse from fruit trees and stuff
Right,
like
right.
that.
Okay, well, Daryl, it's a pleasure to see you again.
My
Best
pleasure,
wishes for Living Desert Ranch out in Spicewood. Great to have you on the program. Coming up next is our friend Daphne.